It's time for some tea with T. On this Talk Therapy Tuesday, I'm Tania McLean-Nicholas, licensed marriage family therapist and owner of Renewed Hope Counseling. Last week, I talked about the importance of a father's involvement in the mental health of their children. Today, I want to close out June by continuing the conversation about men and their mental health. The quality of a man's mental health will impact their ability to be the loving, engaged parent that I talked about last week that your child truly needs. And there's a lot of talk about women and depression, but I don't believe there's enough conversation about men and depression and its impact in all areas of their life. So today I'm going to be shedding a light on the topic. So go ahead and grab your tea or your coffee, whichever you prefer, and let's dig in. Taking care of your mental health is as important as your daily intake of oxygen. You literally need it to survive. And there are many reasons that men don't speak up about mental health issues like depression. Some believe that being diagnosed with a mental health issue makes them weak. The idea of seeing a therapist or the possibility of having to take antidepressants, it leaves a real fear of being harshly judged by others. And a lot of men struggle to share their feelings with close friends and family already. So the idea of sharing your feelings with a stranger is completely uncomfortable. Men don't always show the typical signs of depression like sadness and hopelessness that may be more obvious in women. However, they may appear angry, irritable, or aggressive, making it difficult for others close to them to know what's really wrong, and even the chances of being misdiagnosed by a health professional. The ending result being no treatment or support. Depression is a serious mental health condition, and if untreated, it can result in life-threatening consequences. And depression affects your eating, your sleeping patterns, the way that you think or feel, your ability to work or go to school, or even maintain relationships. Dealing with depression is not a sign of weakness, and it can affect any man regardless of their age or ethnicity. The causes of depression in men are no different than for women. It's a combination of factors from genetics to family history to living environment to various other stressors like your finances or life changes, death or loss, or maybe even difficulty in relationships. And one that's even more common now is chronic medical conditions. It's important to get an accurate diagnosis of depression and to follow through with treatment, because if not, the consequences could be very life-threatening, such as trying to self-medicate with drugs or alcohol, or worse, suicide. An interesting fact: women are twice as likely to be diagnosed with depression than men and receive treatment, whereas men, they die by suicide at rates of 4 times higher than women. And this is likely due to the disparity that we see in mental health treatment for men. Men are less likely to seek help for depression or other mental health issues than women. And although depression and mental illness are not the only risk factors for suicide, the reality is that issues that trigger depression, such as health, money, work, substance use, and difficulty in relationships, they do contribute to the risk of suicide. So as you can see, the open discussion about mental health needs to continue. Suffering in silence should never be a healthy or a safe option for anyone. Check in with the men in your lives. Ask them how they're feeling and be a listener and encourager to them. And be mindful of recent events that could trigger depression, such as trauma or loss. And look for any changes in behavior and watch for signs of depression. Encourage them to talk to their doctor or mental health professional. Living with depression can be very isolating and overwhelming. So remind the men in your life that you do support them and that they're not alone. Well, that's it for today. I hope that you enjoy your tea with T on this Talk Therapy Tuesday. I'm Tania McLean-Nicholas, and I hope that you have a wonderful day.